All right, guys. April 13th. Listen, I want to do this for most of my African brothers and sisters. Especially those of us in the diaspora. Basically, America more specifically, because I don't know much about other countries. But as far as America and how the mortgage system, the financial system works in the United States. So first of all, this is not a financial advice. I don't want you to take it that that's what I'm doing. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just sharing my own experiences with you guys. And I would beg to differ if somebody else has anything different than what I'm about to say, right? But we all know this because of this coronavirus, this COVID-19, a lot of people are going through some hard financial times. So my prayers goes out to all those families out there in the first place. But what I want to do is just give you guys, some remedies to some of the situations that you might be going through. Everybody's situation is going to be different from the other person. This advice is mainly going to go to mortgage owners if you own a house, not for renters. I don't know much about, as far as the options available for renters. I'm going to speak on mortgage. First of all, of course, I attended Milton Magai College of Education in Sierra Leone. I attended IPAM, University of Sierra Leone, a BSc in Financial Services. I've worked for banks. I worked for Bank of America. I worked for SunTrust Bank. I love finance. I love sales. Before I switched into medical. That was my passion. When I came to the United States, I decided to just diversify my experience. I just didn't want to limit myself to one thing, right? But so what I want to say to you guys is, with what is going on right now for mortgage owners in America, and the reason why I want to share with my African folks is, a lot of times we don't have the time, to find out about these things. But if you are currently affected by this COVID, the coronavirus, and you're having a hard time financially with your mortgage, this is what I want you to know. You have two options with your service providers, your mortgage provider, right? You have two options. The first option is what you call a deferred payment, and the second option is what you call a forbearance. Deferred and a forbearance. Those are the two options if you own a mortgage and you're having financial difficulty. Don't stay at home and don't, not take an action. You have to make sure you call your bank for these options. They're not going to tell you about all of this. You would have to call them if you know you're going through some financial hardships right now with your mortgage. You don't want to sit back, and not take any action because the bank will take your home away from you. So you have those two options. Let me explain the first one, right? The first option, I'm going to make it easy, is the forbearance option. Forbearance. Forbearance simply means that what is going to happen is they'll suspend your mortgage payments for a certain amount of time. Mostly it could be about 2 months or 3 months for 90 days. When they suspend your mortgage payments, you're not making payments for 3 months. But what's going to happen is after the 3 months, the bank can come back to you and say, okay, the 3 months is over. The forbearance that we gave you is over. Pay us back. And if you don't pay back, that's when the bank can start taking actions against you. Now, the options that you have after that is you can do a short sale, or you can either pay up, first of all, pay up everything you've owed for 3 months. So if your mortgage is like $3,000, you'd have to pay $9,000, right? Or if your mortgage says $1,000, you have to pay $3,000, right? Okay. And if you don't pay up, the bank is going to say, well, let's do a short sale. Of course, you all know what a short sale is. Now the bank just want to make sure they recoup some of that money. If the short sale doesn't work, then the foreclosure comes in, and the foreclosure means you're going to lose everything, right? The bank goes to the court system, they get all that paperwork in, they kick you out of the house. It takes about 6 months to get that done. So that is the first option. It's forbearance. I want you guys to understand that, okay? The second option is the deferred payment. So with a deferred payment, basically what's going to happen is they're going to push your payment to the end of the mortgage, so the back of the mortgage. So if your mortgage is for 30 years, basically they'll push those payments, if it is for 3 months or so, they'll push it to the end of your mortgage, so it would not affect you. But make sure you have all of this stuff in writing. It's very important that you have it in writing. So this is for my African brothers and sisters, my Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters, Nigerians, Ghanaians. I know you guys seen a lot of, but this is just me to you, just giving this little experience that I have. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, in as much as I have a little bit of experience in finance. But I'm not doing this I don't want you to quote me on this or take me, beyond this point. But I just wanted to let you know, if you don't know, that those are some of the options you have, okay? So two options, a forbearance and a deferred payment. I would rather use the deferred payment. Don't go for the forbearance, except if you know you're going to have that money at the end of the time that you agree with the bank. So say for 3 months you're not going to make any payments, or 2 months. Make sure, except if you have that money to pay them, use the forbearance. But other than that, no, don't use the forbearance. Use the deferred payment, and tell the bank you want the payment to go behind the back of your mortgage, and have it in writing. It's a deferred payment, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it right here.